Hey y'all, welcome back to Cinematicians. My name is Joe Alvarez. Um, so obviously in the past several episodes, I've done very lengthy episodes, had very long, somewhat thought processes, and I've decided that I kind of want to just do something where I give you my initial thoughts for just a few minutes. The first thing I want to talk about, I just watched a video. Let me see, by I don't know, MJ Tanner. Never watched any of her videos before. Just ran across it on my YouTube feed. Um, but her video is about how spite is ruining media. She has a big point. She uses the very leftist Velma. I think it was HBO Max original as one example, and then Mr. Burcham, produced by the Daily Wire, obviously conservative, as another example. And there are two opposite examples that are talking that have a kind of anti audience in mind. And I just have to say I agree. Um, I think, and one thing I also want to put in there is while these people have certain anti audiences they in mind, they also have certain audiences, obviously, that they have in mind that they hope will give them approval. Um, I did end up watching Mr. Burcham, and unfortunately, I have to agree that while I did try and watch the whole season all the way through, it's only because I am a conservative and I appreciate the Daily Wire. I did not actually find it really all that funny. I wish I did. I was really hoping that the show itself would figure itself out. Some shows just take some time to actually figure themselves out. Breaking Bad takes several episodes to figure itself out. Um, what am I saying after this? Well, uh, the other group that I actually want to put in is a little closer to being a conservative side of things, but it's the Christian movie genre. It has an audience in mind. Um, Sometimes it also has an anti-audience in mind, but I think it tends to relatively avoid that. Anyway, um, I think in each of these examples, they're focusing strictly on the message. They're not focusing on actually making a story about nuanced, interesting characters. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, the video I just referenced, but it's just something that I've been meaning to talk about as well. Um, these companies do have are trying to make a point, and they end up just alienating audiences. Um, I'm not an expert in the movie industry. I don't have any particular advice that I would give them, except you know make something that talks about humans. Don't make something that talks about faith. Don't make something that talks about politics. Make something about humans, because humans are the interesting thing. If you just make a person do something, and then have another person react to it, that is the basis of a story in itself. And as a result, it'll end up talking about any political messaging or any social messaging that you think is actually necessary. Don't let the messaging guide um, what the content of the story is. Let the story unfold itself. Even C.S. Lewis, what he did when he came up with the Chronicles of Narnia, he wasn't initially imagining that it would be an analogy for Christ or for Christianity of any way. He just had an image in his head, and that was, I believe, I don't have the quote in front of me. Just a fawn in a snowy wood next to a lamppost. I think that was his image, and he just built on that. So for anyone trying to tell a story, that's what you want to do. You don't want to have a message. You don't want to say something about the human or about the human race or about people. You want people to say something to you. You want to express that humanity. That's what's so special about storytelling is we as humans are so rational and but we're also emotional, and so we tend to debate these things of emotions versus rationality, what's right, what's wrong. um, Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and focus too much on these themes rather than focus on uh, humans in general. I don't know if that made any sense. I don't know if this video will do anything or say anything to you. Maybe it's just replaying a broken record. Oh well, I just thought I'd get the word out there. Anyway, this was my short thoughts with Joe Alvarez mini episode on cinematicians. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope it, is some good food, healthy food for thought. Uh, I'm Joe Alvarez. This is Cinematicians. See you next time.